Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's a dual POV. In today's video, it's not going to be a POV drive, but rather I'm going to be replacing the fender liner as my old one is torn and damaged. So today's video, I'm going to be attempting to replace that to the best of my ability. So I'm going to just give a quick rundown of what I've done so far. First thing you want to do is make sure you got tools. In the trunk, you should have the bolts to remove the bolt holding the tires, so like your lug nuts. You want to make sure you get that, or if you have the right socket, you could also use that. Also make sure you have a torque wrench, or wherever you can get it torqued is close by, because you don't want to tighten the lug nuts on a car and not torque it. It's extremely dangerous. Safety is the #1 thing with this job. Whenever you're jacking a car, safety is #1. The goal isn't to do the job, it's to be safe while doing the job. So right now I have jacked the car. I have them both on jack stands, nice and sturdy. I have both the tires under just in case, and I also have the jack holding it slightly also just in case. Everything is sturdy, everything is there. Once you do all that, you once again want to be safe and do a bump test. Go in the front of the car and kind of shake the car. If the car wobbles back and forth, go ahead and do everything you just did all over again. Safety is #1. So what I'm gonna do next is remove the old fender liner. I've also removed the old one from over here because I had to do the, let me get some light over here. I already removed the old one because I had to do the body work over there and all. So that one is already off. So once you get the fender liner, I will put in the comments in the description where I got mine. Mine came with this and a few push pins. Not every one will use push pin. Some of them will use a 10 millimeter socket. As you can see, that one has a 10 to hold it. That's for the ones that are like hooked up to the body. Anything else that's not hooked up to the body of the car is usually just push pins. So I'm gonna take off the old ones. I'm not gonna do a walkthrough of every detail, but I will do kind of anything that I feel like is important. So what I'm gonna do right now is remove this old one for over here and then try fitting the new one on. A minute or two later, I've taken off the driver's side headliner, fender liner, I meant to say. Here's how it looks. Unfortunately, the one I have doesn't have the padding, but it shouldn't be too big of a deal. So now you want to do is get the right one and kind of fit it around and kind of like work your way there. I will get mine and also do the same. Excuse the audio quality in the previous clips. I need to get a mic, but moving on. LH is the driver's side, so you want to look at the fender liner and find LH, and that's going to be the driver's side. It also says on the brakes, on the rotors, L, driver's side, R is passenger side. Disclaimer, this part fits, this part goes into the what is it called, a rock? I forgot what it's called, but it goes straight into this thing at the bottom. And then at the bottom there's this hole right here. That's where that pushes in with the push clip. So if you're trying to take this off and that's still holding it, it won't really come off. So this hole lines up with that, so it slips into it. This hole aligns with this hole, and then kind of walk your way down that way. So we're gonna do this one in there first, and then we'll walk our way around. Okay, a bit later, what I have done is I started from the bottom like I said, And then I bolted this one right here. I bolted this one just to hold it in there. And then I also did these two just to make sure this side is secure and nothing falls off. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I came over here and took the bolts, not the push pins, the bolts, and bolted this so this holds in place. So I know how I'm gonna kind of work my way around the corners and all that. And then from then it's just a matter of pushing the pins in to make sure everything is nice and snuggle. You could also do that one, which I will do once I'm in a minute. So I'll do that and then push everything back in, push pin. Remember, anything that has the fender liner and to the body of the car is usually a bolt and not a push pin. It is only a push pin if it's to like the fenders, like the quarter panel or on the corner, it's a push pin. Around the bottom, it's also a push pin. Over there, I believe it's a push pin, but I'm not sure. We'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so I've gone around and bolted all of the screws. So the main thing you want to do is bolt the screws almost as much as possible. Some places might not align because it's an aftermarket bump. It's an aftermarket fender liner, and I also have an aftermarket front bumper. So like mine's a bit different, but the process is the same. Just kind of line it all up as best as possible. These hold most of it, so these bolts do as much bolts as possible. I'm gonna do another one over there and one over there if possible. And then what you want to do is kind of, hopefully the camera does justice of this, but what you want to do is kind of get a heat gun and kind of heat around it. I'm not sure if you can see, but the heat is melting it, so you can like push it closer to the body so it looks. You don't want to stay in one spot, you just want to move around it. As you can see, the heat is pushing it farther. Hopefully the camera does the video justice, the video does it justice, but I kind of just want to heat around it so it like pushes it closer. As you can see, it's literally pushing the bumper closer. So you kind of want to do that for the edges, kind of heat around it, melt it as much as possible, then fold it together. It's not going to be perfect. It is an aftermarket. If you want it to be the perfect, you could get a OEM from Lexus or Toyota, wherever you want to get it. But I have an aftermarket bumper, so I'm not really hoping for the best. I just want it to be perfected as much as possible. So just kind of do that, do around it, warm it up, fold it, bend it, like make it closer to each other to the as much as you can. You can get some glue, kind of like glue around it so it like sticks, but make sure you melt it so it's close to each other so that the glue isn't just like ripping apart. But that's kind of what you want to do. So overview, yeah. Take it all off. Take the first the fender liner off. Work your way from the bottom. Do this side. There's a clip right here. Pop the clip. Take it off. Put the new one in. Bolt over here so everything kind of holds. And then come around. Bolt over there. Bolt over there so it stays in place. And then start working your way around, pushing the pins in as much as possible. And then once you're done with all that, it's kind of just simple, kind of just follow along with it. Once you're done with that, you can either melt it if you need to. Don't need to melt it, warm it up a bit, heat gun, kind of like make it shrink, make it like fold around it. And then that's the basis of it. It's not a difficult job. Of course, you do have to like, jack up the car. You could do this without jacking the car, but hey, whatever works for you. For me, I just better to take off the tires so I get a good view of what I'm doing. And yeah, that's kind of it. Once you've got your fender liner in and all that, get your tire from wherever it is and put the tires on. Get a extender and the bolt size and twist all bolt with your hands first. Then use the impact and then torque to spec. That's a recommended way to do it. You can do it however you want to do it, but safety is number one. Let's get on that. Let's do that, and I'll show you how it looks with the tire in. And yeah. So go ahead and take the bolt, go ahead and twist everything until you can't twist it anymore. Your Lexus may or may not have a lock-in bolt. You get the tool, you put it in, you twist that on, and you twist that as well. And then what you want to do is get your impact. You don't need to tighten it too much because we're still going to torque it after, but you go ahead and tighten all the lug nuts in a star pattern. Hopefully the angle is good. Okay. That's just one tire done. We've not done torquing. We haven't torqued it yet. I'm gonna do the other fender liner. Same process, take it off. If you haven't, do the bolts. Put in the clips. Melt it if you need to, just so like covers as much area as best as possible. Screw in your lug bolts. Tighten it so it's not coming off, but it has enough. It's on there enough that it's not torqued all the way. You don't want to strip your bolt. So you do that same. And then when I'm done with the other side, I'll get on with the video. Okay, and now that you finally got both sides done, we're gonna move on to the engine splash shield. And it's kind of simple. You just slot it in. There's a screw spot over here. You line it up with the holes. You screw this light over here. You screw them into the holes, and then you look around where there's like the yellowish green tabs. You screw the bolts. There's one over here. There's one down here. See right here. There's one down here, and you just go around screwing them in. This one's very simple. I have the front bumper conversion, so mine's slightly different, but the engine splash shield and where they mount is the same. It's just mine's a bit moved around. So that's kind of it with the job. Just kind of follow around. There's one over here, one over there, one over there, and then the two bolts up here, and one over there, and one on the other side. And that's it. That's how you do the fender liners and the engine splash shield. If you guys have any questions, comments, let me know. I'll be happy to help. Peace out.